Hi, in this video I'm going to be introducing pointers, and so we're going to just get right off and start. So hopefully you've already read the text on pointers first. I would suggest you do that if you haven't already, since pointers are a bit more confusing than a lot of the other material I've covered in this course, and since a lot of people have not any background in pointers at all, but you may have had some background in programming. So a pointer just points to a memory location and provides indirect access to a variable's value. So the first thing we have to do is understand how pointers work by talking about memory addresses and how we get them. So let's just say we have a variable number and it's equal to 1. That variable actually is located at a memory address, and we can get that by writing the address of operator before the variable name. So we can say cout the address of number, where number is located. So if we run that, we get a hexadecimal value, OX60FEEC, which doesn't mean anything other than it's just the hexadecimal address where number's value is stored. And so that's the first thing you have to know to be able to actually work with pointers, is understand what the address of operator does. So let's go back. So let's start that again. Didn't mean to erase it. So, like I said, a pointer points to a memory location. So the way we declare a pointer is we use the asterisk and we assign an address of a variable to the pointer. So that's a pointer declaration. And that's how you declare a pointer. If I want to see the value that's there, well, first of all, let's see what happens if we just write out the pointer. You can probably guess what we're going to get is going to be that memory location. Again, it's a little bit different this time, but it's still a memory location. But if I want to get the value that's stored at the memory location, I have to do something called dereferencing the pointer. And the way you dereference a pointer is by using the dereference operator before the pointer name. So, and I just say star pointer number instead of asterisk star. Okay, so a pointer without the dereference operator references the memory address. A pointer with the dereference operator should provide us the value 1, and indeed there it does. So the last thing I want to discuss in this particular video is how to declare a null pointer, because you might want a pointer variable but you don't want it to point to anything yet. You don't need to leave it uninitialized. You should point it to null pointer. Now let's just see what happens when we display that, or try to display it. So we'll do both the undereferenced and the dereferenced version. Let's see what we get. Oh, okay. Got an error there, and that's because I forgot to put the star. Okay, so got to use the star. So you'll notice that the null pointer has a 0 address or 0 value when it's uninitialized, and then when you try to dereference a null pointer, you get an error. So I demonstrated that on purpose to let you know that you need to be careful with that. So there's good reason to create null pointer variables, or a pointer variable that's null, but you should never try to dereference it or access the value. What you're doing is you're saying, here comes a pointer variable, and then I'm going to initialize it with an address later. Alright, so that wraps up this first video on pointers. And again, I would highly recommend you read the text as soon as you can. And then in the next video, we'll go a little bit further. So see you there.